All right, we got a author without an office page once. Let me actually check how Silver is doing. She's been like in this position for quite some time. Yeah, she's just a little bit hungry. You know what? Let's give her some food. Here we go, ice cream. And let her just do whatever she wants now. Let me give her a head pad. There we go. But yes. So, Patrick Whelan. I think it's Whelan. It's written W-H-E-L-A-N, so I'm just gonna say Whelan. Patrick Whelan, you wrote Dreaming of Outer Space. Don't we all? Can I just say, real quick, the whole like Katy Perry outer space thing, I think that was like a little bit of extreme reaction from the internet. I think that was a little bit extreme. Like, yeah, it's a little bit silly. Like some of the things that she said at the end there, but it's drama for sure. It's drama for sure, yeah. But at the end, I'm like, okay, they went up to space. We got to like see it because they recorded it and they made a big deal of it. But at the end of the day, who the fuck cares? like at the end, like we can complain as much as we want, especially because it's Jeff Bezos. We can complain as much as we want, but there's bigger things to worry about in life. Okay, object class Euclid. Special containment procedures as foundation assets embedded in the astronomical and stargazing community are to conduct a standard class 3 disinformation campaign claiming SB2575 was placed into orbit by NASA in 1982 to commemorate the 10-year anniversary of the landing of Apollo 17. SB2575 is currently physically uncontained as a Category 5C containment risk. Category 5C containment risk applicable to physically uncontained non-humanoid anomalous materials to which two of the following 3 clauses apply. Zero change of civilian interaction applies. Zero change of civilian or industrial observation does not apply. Subject to a proactive disinformation campaign with 0 prior beach incidents applies. Applicable to non-humanoid anomalous materials expected to undergo reflexive neutralization without intervention within 1 century. Should any individuals observe SB2575 with enough frequency to identify its anomalous properties and make public that observation, a class 2 disinformation campaign is to be implemented immediately, and the application of amnestics to the individuals who made the initial observation is authorized. Description: SB2575 is a sculpture constructed of a mixture of silt and clay following a Lissajous orbit around the Earth-Moon L2 Lagrangian point system. SB2575 frequently changes size and shape, but has never been observed as a size and unable to fit within a 10 meter cubed envelope. SB2575 undergoes intermittent physical restructuring ranging from minor changes of external design details to comprehensive overhauls of its structure. So it's kind of like the T-1000, where it's just like... SB2575 has historically been observed as one of the 3 basic types of sculptures on an apparent O'Neill cylinder, -A frequency 78%, a space launch vehicle undergoing disassembly, -B frequency 90%, or a human skeleton, -C frequency 3%. The details of each structure vary between restructuring events. The launch vehicle observed has taken many forms, but always bears a similarity to the NASA Space Shuttle orbiter design, the USSR/KA Soyuz rocket family, or the currently conceptual European Space Agency ESEA modular launch vehicle. And the human skeleton also has a footnote. It actually has exhibited increasing amounts of damage each time it has formed, most recently showing comminuted fractures of the humerus, radius, and ulna of its left arm, complete absence of any structure below the femur, and transverse fractures to several bones of the ribcage. SB2575 exhibits exceptional levels of detail foundation flyby imaging indicating structural detail on the sub-micron scale. SB2575 is dormant for periods of 2 to 3 weeks between restructuring events. Restructuring events where the mass of SB2575 will migrate into a new shape occur over the course of approximately 4 days. In instances where SB2575 does not shift between its 3 identifying unique structures, only minor changes to the shape exhibited by SB2575 will occur. SB2575 has exhibited steady signs of orbital decay as expected since its discovery in 1987. Following the completion of its pass by the L2 Lagrangian point in 2084, SB2575 will have lost sufficient orbital stability to cause it to fall into the Earth's atmosphere, where it will presumably be neutralized on January 28th of 2086. Addendum 1. SB2575 has twice generated anomalous communication along low-frequency radio waves. Both signals were transmitted over the course of precisely 13 seconds. The first transmission was received 17th 48 UTC plus 0, 11th 1st 2005 during the first recorded occurrence of -C. Because of what you have done, the heavens have become a part of man's world, and as you, unintelligible form, the sea of tranquility, it inspires us to redouble our efforts to bring peace and... Excerpt delivered by an unknown individual scroll from the message transmitted by the President Richard Nixon to the Apollo 11 astronauts during their landing in the Sea of Tranquility in 1969. The second transmission was received 3:36 18 UTC plus 0, 14th 1st 2039, immediately following a restructuring event from -B to -C. Faith in respect for our space program and what happened today does nothing to diminish it. We don't hide our space program, we don't keep secrets and cover the... Next up delivered by an unknown individual quote from President Ronald Reagan's address following the destruction of Space Shuttle Challenger in 1986. Note that at both times of transmission, SB2575 was in exact line with the Earth, Moon, and L2, an event which is only expected to occur three times prior to the decay of SB2575's orbit, the final time occurring in 2071. The mechanism by which SB2575 generates these transmissions and the significance of the Earth, Moon, L2 alignment is currently unknown. Incident 1. At 4:18:23 UTC plus 0, 17th 11th 2028, SB2575, that's very soon, that's in 3 years, underwent rapid restructuring event to -C over the course of 92 seconds and exhibited animation intermittently for the following 4 hours. This is the only recorded instance of SB2575 engaging in movement outside of a restructuring event. It immediately oriented itself towards the Tyson Umbro launch facility outside Kiruna, Sweden, where the maiden voyage of the Gargnroar 2 space launch system mission ID GSS-3 was slated to launch later that morning. At 7:04 UTC plus 0, SB2575 was seen to shudder, rapidly assume the fetal position and turn away from Earth. 18 minutes later, the Gargnroar 2 solid rocket boosters ignited prematurely and the vehicle underwent catastrophic failure on the launch pad. All 4 astronauts on board and 4 members of the ground crew were killed. Yay. A little bit confused. What I understood that it changes. I understood that there seems to be some sort of like messaging happening here. And there seems to be some sort of connection with like a lot of the US presidents from the past as well. The last part makes me think that the moment SB2575 does not transform into -C, yeah, like the moment it does transform into -C, but the moment it transforms into something different, like when it transforms into the fetal position, I think that was supposed to indicate like don't go up, don't come up here. So maybe it's kind of like almost like like it almost can sense if a launch if a plane, a rocket launch will be successful or not. And the moment it's not successful, it goes into fetal position. It's like, oh no. I think that maybe that might be it. I think that might be it. Like, I'm still trying to figure out like how the presidents are involved in all this. But I feel like that might be the what I guess that's what I understand or interpret it, is that it kind of can like tell if it's gonna be a successful launch or not. Yeah. I hope someone can try to explain it to me in the comment section.